Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the Mount Vernon City School District Board of Education meeting to order. Today is Tuesday, June 23rd. Please let's stand for the pledge. May we have roll call?
Trustee Brown,
Present.
Trustee Kelly, Trustee McDonough,
Present.
Trustee Middleton, Trustee Peterson, present, Trustee Scott, Trustee White, VP Mitchell, and President Maribel.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. I'd just like to acknowledge that Trustee White is out ill tonight and Trustee Middleton is out on bereavement tonight. At this time, I would like for Dr. Strickland to present the superintendent report for June 2026.
Great evening, President Maribel, Vice President Mitchell, board trustees, students, families, staff, and the greater Mount Vernon community. This is the superintendent's report for the month of June, our final report of the school year. I want to thank the Board of Education, our staff, students, and the community for a fantastic school year. Okay. Got it. Oh, thanks. All right. Congratulations to Mizan Bedramowski, Mount Vernon High School senior valedictorian, and Janai Rowland, the salutatorian. Years of hard work. Years of hard work have paid off for these scholars, and I'm excited to see what they do next. Mizan, who completed our nursing assistant program, plans to study nursing at Stony Brook University, and Janai plans to attend the City College of New York, where he will major in mechanical engineering. Join me in wishing them luck. Next up, at Denzel Washington School of the Arts, we have Abigail Stevens as valedictorian and Sydney Whitaker as salutatorian. Abigail will attend the illustrious Ivy League University of Pennsylvania, where she plans to major in biology on a pre-med track with the goal of becoming a physician. Yes. Sydney will attend Fashion Institute of Technology in Manhattan, where she plans to major in marketing. I know that both of these students will accomplish amazing things. Congratulations. Yes, I see Sydney in the audience. Got it. Finally, I want to congratulate the STEAM Academies. Oops. There we go. Anissa Khan and salutatorian Dana Marie Galindo. Anissa, who founded STEAM's chapter of Health Occupation Students of America, will pursue a pre-med track with a major in biology and a minor in history at New York University. Dana Marie, yes. Dana Marie, who is a founding member of STEAM's mock trial team, will attend Vassar College on a full scholarship with plans to study economics before pursuing a career in law. Lord. STEAM has prepared them both well, and I am looking forward to hearing about their future success. Congratulations again to our valedictorians and salutatorians. Okay. The entire class of 2026 have been working so hard throughout high school, and 4 years of persistence has paid off. They will cross the graduation stage this week, but first they were recognized for their accomplishments at their senior awards nights. Congratulations to our graduates on the many awards and scholarships that they have earned. Grimes School was recognized and honored by Governor Hochul and the State Executive Chamber for their work in the Martin Luther King Essay Writing Contest. Thank you to teachers Dana Johnson and Tamika Cooper for leading your students through this amazing initiative. The essay were incredibly written, and it was no surprise that our students have earned this recognition for their school. Ensuring that our students understand the important history of our country is so important, and their essays about Martin Luther King Jr. show just how much they are learning. Congratulations to Dr. Cornelius and the Grimes School. Congratulations again to the STEAM Academy's mock trial team. They were honored in a special ceremony at City Hall this week for their accomplishments as a top 8 Westchester team in the New York State High School mock trial competition. Thank you to Councilperson Andre Wallace for inviting our students for this well-deserved recognition. Seniors were also awarded with $500 that will greatly help with books and supplies as they head to college. Congratulations to the STEAM mock trial team. I want to also thank Justin Sherman and Major League Baseball for hosting their Global Play Ball Weekend event at Pennington School earlier this month. Okay. We want to be a united school district, so we made sure that this event was open to all students. It was a great opportunity for the children to have a fun day outside, and at the event, the students received bats, baseballs, and t-shirts for attending. And thank you for Dr. White opening up your campus to us. Students at STEAM Academy, again, had a great opportunity to work with mentors from Con Ed and partner firms to learn about engineering, architecture, and construction. They designed a college called Hudson University of the Arts and learned a lot about just how much goes into developing a major institution. I know some of us may have our gripes with Con Ed, but I do want to thank them for mentoring our students and providing this learning experience. Thanks again. And I'm one of them. Academics are so important, but we also want to ensure that our students have valuable practical skills to succeed in life. At Graham School, students went through emergency preparation classes where they learned CPR and other safety tips that can help them in dangerous situations. They even received homework to memorize their parents' phone numbers, which is definitely important, and I encourage all of our students to do the same. You never know when you might need it. And thank you for Dr. Hunter McGregor for bringing this unique opportunity to our students. And I'm not seeing, oh, this is all out of whack. Lord. Max, can you just go to the, never mind, it's here. So there it is, thank you. All right, there we go. I want to give a hearty congratulations to our nursing assistant students. Yes. They recently completed the program. This rigorous program gave them the opportunity to learn about nursing in the classroom while also gaining real-life experience during their clinicals. Thank you to nursing instructor Bonnie Ball for supporting these students as they have moved through your program. Congratulations. And these are students at all three of our high schools. Thank you. The end of the year is always bittersweet. I am really going to miss my Superintendent's Advisory Council students. They spent the whole year meeting with me once a month, putting so much effort and care into improving their schools for all students. Student voice is so important, and they made such valuable input that truly guided the way I operated in my first year as superintendent in Mount Vernon. This was definitely a special group of students, and I hope to see them continue in their role as advocates for their peers. Thank you to the Superintendent's Advisory Council for all the work you did to make me a better superintendent this year. Thank you. Next slide. There we go. That's better. Our academic and career exploration students delivered touching presentations about the autism spectrum disorder to spread understanding, awareness, and acceptance. Some of our students even shared how their autism has affected their lives and given them strengths that are not often discussed when people talk about autism. I want to thank their teachers who provided them with this great opportunity as we work hard to ensure that all students are accepted and have the same chance for success as their peers. Thank you. Next slide. Okay, BTA. At Benjamin Turner Academy, third grade student recently won $500 for his essay in the Kirkland Creative Writing Challenge. This was a great initiative that many students from Benjamin Turner Academy and across the nation participated in. Ethan was one of 2 winners in grades 3 and 4 to win the contest with his outstanding essay about kindness. Keep up the great work and keep on being kind, Ethan. Congratulations. Next slide. It was great to stop by Mandela's Family Carnival at the end of May. Our students and families had a fantastic time playing carnival games and just enjoying themselves at the amazing family engagement event. Thank you to the student-centered activities team for planning this event and the entire Mandela school community was able to enjoy them. Thank you again for hosting this event. Congratulations. This light is really bright. Like, can't see the party. Yep, there we go. More congratulations are in order for Vito Di Matteo's 6th grade class at Nelson Mandela School. They managed to actually beat high schoolers and middle schoolers who were armed with the knowledge from comprehensive career and financial management courses. Nonetheless, they were able to achieve the highest portfolio. This was great work by our students, and thank you to Mr. Di Matteo, who did a great job ensuring that they had a great understanding of the stock market to succeed. Next slide. Students and staff at Grimes came together in a heartwarming display of compassion recently, where they designed cards and participated in fundraising efforts to support their dear teacher, Dana Johnson, who had an apartment fire. We are stronger when we come together as a community, and I am so proud of everyone at Grimes for doing everything they can to support an outstanding teacher. Congratulations. I had the pleasure of being in her class, just like many other classes, and she really knows how to do what she's doing. And I'm just continuously proud of all of our educators. There we go. More of our students recently recognized by state legislators, this time first and second grade students at BTA. They participated in the New York State Senate's Earth Day poster contest and were even displayed on the State Senate's website for their amazing posters. The artwork was breathtaking, and they truly deserve this recognition. Thank you to their teacher, Miss Leandra Furchi Valdez, for helping to provide this opportunity to your students. Thank you. Yeah. Next slide. With summer about to begin, I want to remind parents about the summer school programs available throughout our school district. We have an enrichment camp, the extended school year program, bridge programs, and high school credit recoveries and Regents Prep. Please reach out to your school's principal for more information about summer programs available to your child. Next slide. Give it up for this one. Sorry, thank you. I would definitely like to extend a strong thank you to the Mount Vernon community for coming out to show support for the budget last Tuesday. Your support is immensely appreciated, and the programs and services of our students will be continued and even expanded, all because you came out to vote. We all share the same hope for a stronger community, better schools, and students who are successful in the classroom and beyond. We will work hard to ensure we can earn the trust of the entire community as responsible stewards of your tax dollars. And I must say, with all the congratulatory individuals that we showed, this is being responsible stewards to tax dollars. Thank you. Next slide. And finally, transparency is huge for me. I want the community to know that we hear the questions you have, and we are working hard to ensure that we provide you with the answers you deserve. Our work with the community is so important, so it's also important that the community understands the realities of the school district, especially financially. For answers to common financial questions, you can visit our frequently asked questions page, which can be found under the Business and Finance Department tab. We will continue to add FAQs as new questions arise to provide the community with transparent and comprehensive knowledge about the school district and its finances. Thank you. Next slide. Okay. All right. And that concludes the superintendent's report for June and our report school year. Thank you all again for your collaboration throughout the school year, and I hope to see you all at the graduations later this week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Strickland. Do we have any questions on the superintendent's report? Hearing none. At this time, I'd like to make an acknowledgement. As you know, we believe in shared leadership here on the board, and I just want to say it's a little emotional for me, but my partner who's been with me this year as my vice president, Warren Mitchell, this is ending his 6th year on the board, and he might be leaving us on June 30th, but he won't be leaving our hearts, and I know that he has been committed to each and every one of you, each and every one of our children throughout this community. He has given his heart and soul. We know that we are still going to see his presence and his voice. We are going to feel his presence each and every day. He may be leaving from this dais, but we know that he won't be leaving from the room. So I just want to say thank you to Vice President Mitchell for your service to this board for now. Just say for now. So if you could just please join me and give in a round of applause. And with that in mind, I would like to turn the chair over to Vice President Mitchell for him to complete some of the resolutions tonight.
Thank you, President Maribel, and thank you for those kind, warm words. It's been a pleasure. I'm not finished talking. I'll be back later with more to say. All right. So moving on to our first order of business, which is human resources and tenure. 2.1 human resources, number 14, 141A certified tenure appointments. And before we move, I just want to say something. Everyone in this room receiving tenure, I congratulate and I salute you. I don't stand alone. I salute every last one of you, because you didn't just get tenure because of estoppel. You didn't just get tenure because you knew somebody. You didn't just get tenure because you acted like bananas, and you just got tenure because of who you knew. You actually showed up. You were evaluated and observed, and it's something that we've been fighting to see happen. So I congratulate and salute every last one of you. I'm so happy to be able to be here for my last meeting of this term to say congratulations for your tenureship. I'm going to call for the roll.
Can I have a motion, please?
Second. Can I have a go for the vote?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstain?
I have to abstain because I have a family member on the list.
Motion carries.
Turn it over to Dr. Strickland.
So I wore my bright blue suit for these people before we start. That's my Easter outfit. But it's important to, of course, acknowledge our individuals that have earned tenure. And I am saying earned tenure because I literally went through every single tenure packet to ensure that we were giving tenure to individuals that earned. But before I do that, we have to acknowledge 4 of my lovelies that are retiring as principals. Yes. So let's start with Dr. Natasha Hunter McGregor from the Graham School. Miss Rebecca Jones, stand up in the back. Mrs. Danielle Davis Morrow in the back. And Mrs. Carol Dixon, I can't see. Oh, there she is. Yes. I'm letting everyone in this room know it has been a pleasure to serve these 4 fantastic principals, and their everyday presence will be missed. But I'm sure when I call, they will answer because they remember that I am the superintendent and I need something, even if it's that historical knowledge. But you all have something coming by the end of this week. And I just want to congratulate you all again in front of all these folks. Thank you.
So I'm going to be fast, and I'm not going to be emotional, but Ms. Quinones was first principal to my oldest babies, but Miss Marrow was the principal to all my babies. And one of them is in the room right now, but I just want to say that my time watching the way you ran that building and you loved our children and every child in those doors is nothing short of amazing. And I can't ever not praise you and the rest of our principals who have retired, even though I have not seen you in full action. Ms. Jones, I know you are absolutely phenomenal. Dr. Hunter McGregor, and back to Ms. Quinones. But Ms. Marrow, you know we love you to no end. I'll see you in BJ's at some point, and I'm going to still call you Miss Marrow. and it's going to be all right. But I want to say, I just wanted to shout you out for one hot second because you deserve it, but you all do. And thank you so much for how you served our babies in this district. Thank you. So moving on to resolution number 3, which is recognitions of awards. First one is going to be 3.1. I am going to recuse myself from this, but this is the Edith Kaplan Scholarship Awards. And resolution number 3.2 is the teacher tenure recognition. Can I have a... Even better, makes it easier. Okay. That's right. In resolution number 4 is the presentation. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So can we have our presentation for the Edith Kaplan from our PTA? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. PTA Council.
I'm gonna face this way. That's right. Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Michelle Rayo, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the Mount Vernon PTA Council. On behalf of the entire council, I want to once again thank everyone who supported our annual Edith Kaplan Scholarship Dinner Dance. Because of your generosity and commitment to our students, the PTA Council raised $20,000 this year. With these funds, we proudly awarded 2 8th graders from each school a $100 8th grade citizen award, recognizing their leadership, character, and service to their school communities. And tonight, we celebrate 16 Mount Vernon High School seniors, each of whom is a recipient of the $1,000 Mount Vernon PTA Council Edith Kaplan Scholarship. These students represent the very best of Mount Vernon: hard work, resilience, and a dedication to excellence and community service. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce the school board trustee and PTA president of Mount Vernon High School, Erica Peterson, who will present the awards to our Mount Vernon High School scholarship recipients.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I left my reading glasses, but I can see. Okay, so first up, we have Alexis Gerald, who will be attending the University of Hartford. Next, we have, if you're here, you should come to the front. If you're a student and your name is called, you should come up to the front. Next, we have from Mount Vernon High School, Nari Davis, who will be attending Mercy University. Chelsea Crenshaw, who will also be attending Mercy University. Deshaun Brown, who will be attending Pace University. And Jamie Espinal-Leon, who will also be attending Mercy University. I'm going to now hand it over to Ms. Janine Fertil, who is the PTA president for STEAM Academy.
Good evening, everyone. First, we have our student trustee, Leonard Aduro, who's going to University of Albany. Stephanie Valdivinos, who's going to John Jay College of Criminal Justice. Caden Mitchell, who's going to North Carolina Agriculture and Technology State University. Ariel Mussington, who's going to University of New Haven. Angie Gutierrez, who's going to University of Mount St. Vincent. And we have Sean Supamahama, who's going to Apex Technical School. Next, we have our PTA president from Denzel Washington School, Kayanne Robinson.
Good evening, everyone. First, we have Abigail Stevenson. She'll be going to University of Pennsylvania. Sydney Whitaker, Fashion Institute. Santasia Campbell, the College of Westchester. Madison Miller, Georgia State University. And Matthew Samuels, New York University. And I'll collect on his behalf.
One more round of applause for all the students, these scholars, who took the time to not only work hard, but apply for all 242,000 scholarships out there. They took the time to apply and they worked for it. It's great. I'm going to call Jessica Graves, our assistant superintendent of HR, to present the tenureship.
Good evening, everyone. Members of the board, Dr. Strickland, our school community, families, and friends. We are here to celebrate those who have earned their tenure right. Tonight is truly a special milestone in our district. You have shown your dedication, commitment, reflection, and excellence to our school community and students. We're going to call the administrators first and then go by school building in ABC order. Okay, up first, Ms. Kristen Cipriano, if she's here. From Lincoln School. If the principals are here, if you can come up, we're going to start with the congratulations. Miss Raisa Langine from Benjamin Turner Academy. Is Dr. Christopher Pierce here tonight? Okay, you come on down. Okay. First up, Miss Eunice Marte, STEAM Academy. Mr. Matthew Wilbekin, Mount Vernon STEAM Academy. Is Dr. Colleen Seabright Crawford here tonight for Benjamin Turner Academy? Okay.
Jordan.
Okay. For Benjamin Turner Academy, Siobhan Marsh, if she's here tonight. And Nicole Scott. Nicole Scott? The next school is Denzel Washington School of the Arts. Is one of the administrators here? Okay. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Trevor Latassa. Kevin Sibley. Sibleys, excuse me. Kayla Thomas. Okay, Dr. Natasha Hunter McGregor, if you can come forward for Graham, it's next. Michaela Byrne. Jason Jenkins. Okay, the next school is Grimes. Is Dr. Cornelius here? Okay, sorry. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Kyle Bush. Shani Cromer. Okay. Jocelyn Rios. Congratulations. And Charlicia Watson. Okay, next school is Hamilton. I know if Mr. Molina is here tonight. Or Mr. Alexander, please. Yes, perfect. Gisette Vargos Castillo. Alasia Cowens. Eric Newman. Rosita Rosario. Okay, Lincoln is next. Mrs. Rebecca Jones. Jean Marie Castracuco. John Kozlowski. Lisa Ludwicki. Allison McGee. Angela Renna. And Lisbeth Torres. Okay, Mrs. Marrow for the Nelson Mandela Dr. Hosea Zollicoffer School. Dahalia Jarrett Samuels. Janet Lopez. And Jasmine Seda. Okay, Mount Vernon High School is next. Dr. Pierce here. Dulce Nunez. Samori Pennant. Okay. Cheryl Prentice. Oluwasegun Omoju. Erica Ramos. Ramona Rodriguez. Bernadette Romanelli. Pamela Schoencup. Schoencup. And Matthew Taylor. Next up is Pennington School. Is Dr. Melissa White here or Ms. Hopkins? First up is Giselle Cabarcas. Andrea Hazen. Nicole Boone Mukler. Celine Nawegwe. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing.
Dr. White.
Rebecca Turner Academy, Dr. Jacqueline Green. Jennifer Fuller. Diane Garcia. Stefan Grosch. And Lori Kellogg. Okay, Dr. Christopher Pierce again from Mount Vernon STEAM Academy. Brian Adler. Brittany Benjamin. Stephanie Clark. Shalita Dupree. Roya Atir. Amanda Haran. And Iris Pogue. Okay, Mrs. Quinones Dixon for Trapegan. Valjita Dizerforevic. No. Tamaria Johnson. Sparkle Richardson. And Lauren Vatiri. Again, congratulations to all the honorees. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention there is cake outside, right outside the door. Please help yourself.
Congratulations again to all our tenures. At this time, we're going to call student trustee Adoro to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Um, I have basically a farewell speech before I end everything off. So I'm just gonna start now.
Call to order. Call to order, please. One more time. Clap 2 times if you hear my voice. I always wanted to say that.
Trying to get high.
Okay. I'm sorry. Trustee Adoro, take it away.
Yeah, I think you might have not should have said there's cake outside. But I'm gonna say this. As I sit here today, I realize that this is my final board meeting as the first or final as a student trustee right now. It is a bittersweet moment because in many ways this position has been part of who I am. When I first stepped into this role, I was nervous. I wondered whether my voice matters and whether I could truly represent the students of this district. But over this past year, I learned something important. Leadership isn't about having all the answers. It's about listening, showing up, and making sure others feel heard. Serving as a student trustee has been one of the great honors of my high school year journey. I had the opportunity to sit at the table, witness the hard work going around, every decision and advocacy that has been made for the students who walk through our doors every single day. I want to thank the board, the superintendent, the district administrators, teachers, staff, and my fellow students for trusting me with this responsibility. Thank you for your guidance and support, for the reminding me that the leadership is always about team effort. As I prepare to go to graduate and start my next chapter in my life through college, I leave with more memories. I leave with more lessons about service, courage, and the power of the community. To the next student trustee, embrace every moment, ask questions, speak up, and never underestimate the importance of your voice. You are not just representing students, you are helping shape the future of this district. Although my term is ending, my pride is as being a student trustee will never end, no matter where life takes me. I always carry this community with me. Thank you for allowing me the privilege of serving as a student trustee. It has truly been an honor. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Trustee Adoro. At this time, we'll have the Treasurer's Financial Report by Jolynn. Before you do that, Jolynn, Trustee Adora, I just want to thank you also for putting in the effort and the time. You had very good committee reports. I think I speak for all of us when I say it was a pleasure to hear what you reported on. And to your class and the folks who thought that you were the very best representation of them, I would say that they made a very good choice. And I commend you for spending the time sitting with us old people talking about things that 90% of it was probably boring. But but I wanted to say on behalf of this entire school board, thank you very much and all the best in your endeavors as you move on in this, as you said, the next greatest chapter of your life. Take it away, Jolynn.
Good evening, trustees and members of the Mount Vernon community, and congratulations to everybody that won awards and achieved tenure. So for the May financial reports, we're going to start off looking at the treasurer's report. At the beginning of May with $66 million in cash balance and had receipts of $56 million while we had disbursements of 53. That allowed our ending cash balance position to continue to improve as we head into the final month. Comparing it to the prior year, you'll see that there was a decline in the variance from the prior year. Notably, the receipts in 2025 was significantly greater than this year. That's attributed to the fact that our tax collection has been working hard, and that meant revenues were collected a little bit earlier. We saw that reflected in higher revenue in the previous couple months. Now you're seeing the 2025 have that revenue being collected. So the activities continue to reflect normal seasonal patterns. Significantly stronger cash position than prior year, $15 million difference. Again, just caution that this is continue to be putting us in a position to pay back the TAN loan that we had and continue to pay off significant expenditures in terms of prior year obligations, year-end expenditures such as the balloon payment and compensation. The cash balance also includes a $1 million in outstanding checks. Want to take a look at the actual treasurer statement and just call out some significant numbers. As you could see on the receipt side, property taxes much lower, but there were some that came in this month. And then state aid was the largest contributor to our receipts, our revenue. On the flip side, pretty normal expenditures. You have payroll expenditures as well as your operating warrants. As mentioned, we're expecting significant expenditures. In the cash flow, you'll see, similar to prior year, a dramatic decline in the month of June in terms of our cash flow. State aid is still expected to come in June, and the cash levels are sufficient for our end of year. However, one of the key things for the coming month after June is going to be our tax collections. Our ending balance is going to be about $18 million. If we go to the next slide, you'll see the the big disbursements. That's going to bring down our cash balance. Generally, in the month of July, there's about $20 million in disbursements. So if we're ending June at 18, our tax collection is going to be critical for us to be able to be solvent. Okay. Again, state aid, the big contributor. We're looking at minimal amounts of revenue in the month of June. Okay. And payroll is going to be more than double what we normally have, which is about 10 million. And then you see the $18 million, which is includes the TAN note payback. And then the warrants, 13 million, as we continue paying off expenses as year end comes. Okay, next slide. So in terms of the appropriations, you could see that there's about $20 million in the expenditures that have now been incurred in the month of May. And then our POs continue to decline as we're paying off the planned expenditures. The requested spend is also declining as we're now heading towards planning for 26-27. And you see that available balance is dropping now down to 3.81%. Instruction was the primary driver in the month of May. A lot of related to BOCES, salary, contractual expenditures. We're looking in June to accommodate for shortfalls in UPK and food services in the other funds. So that'll continue to drive down our fund balance. Right now, I'm projecting it to be around 6 million, but we'll see as everything continues to be settled. In terms of the transfers, much less than prior months. We had just under $1 million in general fund transfers. Grants and special aid fund had a little bit more transfers in the past month as we start to account for shortfalls or adjust what's needed in that fund. So in total, about 1.5 million in transfers. There's $4.3 million in employee contributions that we actually moved to accommodate for negative balances and benefits. In order to not have that come as a red flag, we're going to have to move that money back from other as we sort of correct the available balance in other categories. Lastly, introduce the revenue status report. This is a first pass and introducing this new report. A couple of things to call out. We are at about 96% in total general fund. The revenue has been largely driven by state aid, sales tax, and recurring revenue. One thing to note as we look at the revenue status, it's been common practice both in this district and other district to recognize in the revenue status the entire 100% of the tax collection at the beginning of the year. So revenue status actually looks a little weird for that reason. You will get the actual tax collections and cash flow as well as in the treasurer's report, but in the revenue status, you'll see it looks 100% right now. We are looking to explore other ways of accounting so that we can get a real read on the revenue status when it comes to the tax collection, but the other categories are reflecting the actuals. We'll also continue to report on school lunch fund and grant and special aid funds in terms of revenue status as we move forward. that will be it. Any questions?
Question?
Trustee McDonough?
Sorry, you can't see me down here. This is great. I think you continue to evolve into providing really clear, important information. A follow-up on that property tax line from slide 6. That right now, the total projection is 141.8 million. I get that. That line will include not only tax revenue from 25 to 26, but all prior year revenue. I would take it because the total local property tax load for 25, 26 was about 140 million. So that from prior period as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so that would be money that was paid directly to a district from prior years as well. Yeah.
Right. So you recognize it in the period in which it comes in. That's that modified accrual accounting that you use, which is a little bit tricky. And I appreciate what you're saying about getting. I don't think there's going to be any way that you can avoid budgeting around 100% collection. That's kind of, you have to do it that way. But I think as we get better at reporting things by different buckets, what that property tax ties to, if it ties to collections from the current year or prior year, that might be a good way to break it out, because we know that's been part of the problem that we're in right now with the outstanding taxes and the warrants that then become the city's responsibility. Because we've had low collection. So this year, it seems like the collection rate is higher. Is that fair to say? Do you anticipate closer to like 98% by the end of the month, or?
Yeah, the team is reporting that we've done a much better job of collection this year than in past years, and we're actually adjusting the process going forward to really have them focus on collection of the current year, so that we can realize more and more of that and have less issues in terms of waiting for the city to collect.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. That's exactly I think where we should be going with that. Are you ready at the end of June? We talked about moving the certification date to the end of June, the end of the fiscal year, to certify whatever, if it's 2%, 1.5%, whatever that number is. Are we in position to do that? Because it's about a week away.
Yeah, the team is working on that right now. We are actually thinking we want to do it in July so that we can have the full year of collections.
Got it.
All the way through until June 30th.
Got it. So somewhere around the middle of July, or?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I also want to know, one of the things is you'll see if you go back to, I don't know what the slide number, but if you go back a bit here. Keep going. Yep. Go back. No. Go forward. Next one. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So you'll see here there's two lines: property taxes from the city. That's what the city has collected and paid us. So this year we did receive 1.7 million. One of the challenges in past practice is that during that 2-year period, both the city was collecting and we are collecting. And that resulted in the situation you just described, where we're collecting more than the anticipated tax collection because we're collecting taxes from prior year. Part of it is the city, up until now, we passed only the no payments, meaning the properties that have not made any payments is what we gave the city to collect. We kept the ones that made one payment, and then we were collecting those. So one of the things we have in discussion now is, after certification, instead of having two parties collect and having to reconcile who's collected what, passing the full set of warrants over to the city so that they're the sole collector for anything that is historical. We then can focus more on the current year and put our efforts into how can we collect and maximize the collections for the current year. That'll reduce what we pass over to the city.
From my left, do I have questions or comments from trustees? Trustee Scott, Trustee Brown, Trustee Peterson. I just want to. Did I catch everybody? I think I did. So I just want to say thank you for this report. I have a question regarding the food service part of it. That you said there was a shortfall, and that has to do with the fact that we were told at the end of last year that we had a surplus of $1 million, only to find out that that was false, and we were actually closer to $1 million in the red. Does that have to do with that?
Actually, there's two parts. So we started the year $1 million under on the food services, but one of the things is we get aid based on how many students actually consume the free lunch and free breakfast. And the number of students that are consuming the free lunch and free breakfast is significantly lower than what we anticipated. So when I went back and looked at RFP, one of the probably error in judgment is we put an RFP out for 7,500 students to consume the meals. We don't even have 7,500 students. So, and to assume that 100% of the students would consume the free meals would not be wise. So that error in judgment compounds the fact that in addition, they were lower than anticipated, even in terms of if we assumed 100, right? So that's what's the shortfall is from. The $1 million shortfall that started at the beginning of the year, we've already adjusted the budget to account for that.
Right, that was one of the transfers of funds that we had to do early on in the year. And I think it really speaks to, number one, the idea that we would put out an RFP for more students than we had at the time and more than we had already anticipated based on downward enrollment, which we had been talking about for the later part of all of last school year. So that to me, that just speaks to how the RFP was structured. But the other part of it is the amount of students that consumed, I think, really also has to do with what we're feeding the kids and how they really feel about what they're eating. I know I did see some, at least one survey that was open for a while for the students and parents to be able to respond to how they felt about what they're feeding them. And I don't recall the presentation as to what those surveys reported. And I know I asked about it at a prior meeting, so I'm going to turn that to Dr. Strickland. At some point, during the summer, can we have a report from food services, what those surveys reported, what we saw from the folks who are eating?
Thank you, Vice President Mitchell. Just 2 points. Yes, we will be in the July work session having a presentation from food services from the food service manager, Donna Jackson. She will be presenting to you all. And I'm just letting you know that we also had a great meeting with Sodexo last week, and it was extremely productive. And we did talk about the adjustments of the numbers to make it more accurate as to the number of students we are serving, as well as the continued improvement of the products so that our students want to eat. And I must commend the one woman show, Donna Jackson, for her tireless efforts to really up the accountability to ensure that we are following the law or the rules of the food service program, and that our students are actually being encouraged to take the breakfast and lunch so that we can get the funds back.
President Maribel, do you have any comments, questions?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Jolynn. Appreciate that. Moving on to communication from the public. And our first commenter is Miss Jocelyn Decius. Please forgive me if I mispronounced your name. Jocelyn Decius. Or Jocelyn Decius. Okay. Next speaker is Miss Esther Mentor. Miss Esther Mentor. Okay. So that concludes the public comment section, and apologies. Are you Esther or Jocelyn? Oh yeah, there's a process. You have to let the district clerk know in advance. There's a fashion, it's on the district site, and we communicate it. You just would call and you would let the district clerk know in advance of, I believe, is it 4 o'clock? And then you would give your name, and that's how you come to public comment for the school board. It's okay. Yeah, we usually mention it at every board meeting, but yeah, so you know for next time. But you can stop and speak to the district clerk before you leave and get her contact information to make your date so that you can come and speak at the next meeting. Is that fine? The next business meeting. Sounds good. Thank you. So moving on to the first order of business. And the request is to approval of consent agenda items 6.2 through 10.3, of which I will be recusing myself from 10.1. Can we have a call?
Motion.
Okay. Can I have that one more time? Can I have first, please?
Motion.
Having been motioned and properly seconded, can we have a call for the vote?
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries.
At this time, I will be transferring the chair position back to our President Maribel, who will continue us on through the business meeting agenda.
Thank you, Vice President Mitchell. Okay, he left. I would like to, wanted to say some comments to our ex officio student. We just wish him well in his future endeavors. He has been a model student trustee for us. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. At this time, we will have a committee report from our trustee, Dr. Chris McDonough. He will do the budget committee report as well as the IDA report.
Thank you. So the budget committee met on May 27th. It seems ages ago now. We discussed the important need for developing financial standard operating procedures, in particular procedures that would help us more effectively manage the back tax issue that Jolynn just discussed. And a good example why we need that is that comment from the external auditors in their management letter last year about the outstanding tax warrant adjustments, and at the time the management's difficulty explaining why those numbers had changed. We met with the auditors on the 29th of May and asked why this wasn't tagged as an audit finding or a material financial weakness, and thankfully FPR said that it was because the amount of the adjustments was very small. It was only about $30,000 or $40,000 of adjustments, but still that illustrates one reason why it's very, very important that we pin down tight, repeatable procedures for these complex financial happenings. We discussed the creation of a budget and finance frequently asked questions for the public. That's been rolled out. Thank you. I think it looks good, and it's going to be evolving over time as more questions are answered. We discussed the creation of a standing agenda for the budget committee meeting, which I drafted and then sent out. Did I send it out to the whole board or just board leadership? I don't remember. Does anyone remember? Okay, so we now have that standing agenda. It basically will cover everything that we could possibly need. That, stuff that we won't need every meeting, but it's in there so that we don't miss something. Whoever is running that budget committee meeting, it should make it easier, and certainly that document can be modified if we need to. At the two other things regarding the budget meeting, at the end of October, we established the charter for the budget committee meeting, and that outlines the mission, composition, And one of the things that that charter calls for is review of the charter by the board to assure, in quotes, that it aligns with the New York State School Board Association guidance, state oversight requirements, and the district's evolving fiscal context. So I would ask now that trustees take a look at that charter for the budget committee. It's on the website, on the trustee page, or the Board of Ed page. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom, just take a look at the charter and make sure that it still is aligned in the ways I just described, because we can change that if we need to. I think it's pretty good. The other thing that we did at the end of October was we set up some budget committee goals. There were 5 broad goals and then 3 sub-objectives for each one. The 5 goals were ensuring fiscal stability and accountability, aligning the budget with the school district's educational and strategic priorities, improve transparency and public engagement, advance long-term financial planning, and strengthen governance and oversight. I suggest that we roll over these goals into the new fiscal year, and maybe refine them a bit. We kind of got a late start on things. You know, the goals were put in place at the end of October, but then we really didn't get stability in the department until a few months later. So I would consider this past year a real transition year, a staging year, getting things set up, and now we're ready to roll in the new year. So that would be my recommendation, is to roll those goals over and then modify them as needed. That is the budget committee report. The IDA, we met on June 11th. And the first thing on the agenda, anybody can go and watch the meeting to get a complete understanding of what happened. The first thing was Ginsburg, which is the Heritage South pilot that started in 2005. They are in requesting a new pilot that would take them through 2045. It's due to some miscommunication, Ginsburg never received our May 1st due diligence letter that we sent to them. I, in the meeting, communicated with Rita again, and we sent it to them again. It just never got distributed. I don't know why the ID, we sent it to them. They never distributed it to Ginsburg. I think going forward, what we'll do is we'll send it to all of the involved parties, all of the IDA board members, and any developer that we're actually contacting. As long as I have the email, we'll make sure we send it to them directly so that doesn't happen again. The good news is Dr. Morton also had some new, really good due diligence financial questions for Ginsburg. So they are going to have to respond to our May questions along with Dr. Morton's questions. So no action was taken on that. Their existing pilot doesn't end till 2031. So I think Morton and I are both kind of like, all right, well, why don't you come back to us when you get a little bit closer? I know Ginsburg is under financial stress, and they need, I think essentially they need this to satisfy their bank, because they're underwater, which of course gives us pause. If you're underwater, why are we giving you our taxes? That's the big challenge. So anyway, that will come up again, and we'll keep following that. The other thing was the urbanomics. I believe I sent that out to everybody on the board. The final report from Urbanomics is complete. I think it's a very good report. They really moved substantially towards our position, with the one caveat about this net zero that they put in there, net zero new students, which I don't think they're going to adopt, but I sent a brief to the board members as well about that, just sort of like the pros and cons of that, just so we're all able to sort of have talking points around that if it comes up. Again, I'm confident the IDA board is not going to take that position, but I could see why developers would want to push that. That also, we have more time on that because Urbanomics wasn't there. so I was all ready to go, and then they didn't show up. So we have a little time. I think if anybody has any feedback, I sent the draft of our due diligence letter to everybody. If there's no more feedback, thank you. I did get some feedback from some people. If there's no more feedback, then we can go and put that in on letterhead I can communicate with Rita, and we can send that over to the IDA and Urbanomics so that they have that, and then we can just put that to bed. So if anything comes up, just let me know maybe by tomorrow at this point, because it's been out there for a while, and then we can get that sorted out. There was discussion at the idea of hosting a land use summit, which I think is an interesting idea. There are complicated land use issues in the city. We have land assets. The city has many land assets. Getting everybody together and talking about where things are going, I think, is a good idea. No date was set yet. I'll keep you posted about that, or maybe we'll hear something just generally about it. Shout out to Trustee Scott. We had a brief interaction, and you, Trustee Scott, were like, well, why don't you just ask the mayor if we can be a voting member on the IDA board? And I was like, oh, okay. and so I did. I just, at the last meeting, if you go listen at the end, no pressure. I said, just if you would please consider giving us a seat, a full voting membership on the board of the IDA. We're ex officio, but we don't have a vote. So I just threw that out and asked her to please consider that. So I think they will. I know that they are looking to expand the board, the IDA board, up to, I think their charter can go up to 7. So they're looking to add some more people. I think it would be a good way to tighten up our relationship by making us a full voting member, since we have so much at stake by those decisions. Just again, to follow up at the end of the year, kind of where we are with the IDA, I think we've had a pretty good year. We passed that resolution of principle in the fall, which I think that was a good signal about, our unity around this important issue. We've established a process for giving written feedback to the IDA and the developers when they request school tax abatements. And I think we have a good working relationship with the IDA board at this point, illustrated by feeling comfortable asking them for a full voting seat. So I think overall we're moving in a good direction there. The next meeting is July 9th. Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions on the IDA report? Vice President Mitchell?
So Trustee McDonough, once again, I'm always going to thank you for these reports. We scraped tooth and nail just to get a non-voting seat at the table with the IDA. I don't know if you were here during that time. We were trying to get just to have a seat at the table. Non-voting or not, we just wanted to be a voice in the room. So I think that the very best next move forward is to have a voting voice at that table. I 130% advocate and will support that idea. Anything that I can do from the outside, let me know. Thanks.
Any other questions on IDA report? Any questions on the budget report? Budget committee report? Do we have any other reports? Trustee Peterson, special education liaison.
Working. Hello. Okay, it's here. Good evening, everyone. So on Wednesday, June 10th, myself, Dr. Wilkins, Ms. White and her team, we had a meeting for special education, and I really must say that the work that is being done is phenomenal. The in-depth and detail that the team is going to, not only from the teachers in the schools, from our special education teachers in our buildings, to our building principals, to the SPED supervisors, there is a lot of work going into the preparation for next school year. And I feel like this is the most I have ever seen. Literally in one of Ms. White's, in her conference room, on the wall, there are building by building by building, classroom by classroom by classroom. This is how in depth this year the preparation for the next school year is right now, to make sure that they know which child is in which classroom, which schools offer what type of classroom setting. So the work that's being done by the special education committee, which really comprises of everyone from, like I said before, from the teachers to the supervisors. So they've been doing a lot of work. They've been closing up a lot of caps, so which is our corrective actions. They've been closing those up. They have been working on developing action plans for different areas of compliance. Let's see. They are implementing different systems in place to hold things accountable. For many years in special education, things would happen and we didn't quite know how it happened or why it happened. So right now the team is making sure that actions being done throughout our department are being held accountable. Our summer planning is well underway, and I know we are still looking for more teachers for this summer program, for our ESY program. So more teachers and teacher assistants, we're still looking more for that. Let's see. Our registration process, so far, so good. So far, registration has been going very smoothly, I must say. So definitely and we're still doing it online and in person. And I know throughout the summer, we'll be doing some days as well and some evenings and possibly some weekend hours also. So families can come and register for their students. We are, it's hard to read my handwriting. Yeah, I have glasses. No, pass me a glasses, Rita. So far it's a lot of work is being done, and I am looking forward to having a full school year of basically the product of the work that has been put forth before September comes. So I feel like I really have a good feeling for our families this school year as we navigate through special education, as you all navigate as well. So I just want to thank Ms. White and her team. And our next meeting won't be until September, till after the summer, but we'll be touching base over the summer. We definitely will, because I said I was going to volunteer for registration. So.
Thank you, Trustee Peterson. Trustee Brown?
Good evening, Mount Vernon. I am the chair of the Facilities, Health, and Safety Committee. It's not as attractive as the other ones because we are doing a lot of work. We meet every third Wednesday of the month. And I want to thank the committee members who have attended the meetings virtually so that we can handle the district business. We will be meeting in the summer because facilities are going to be running for summer school and camp and all of those things. So we will be meeting to continue our regular cadence. We did have a few bullet items that we keep at the forefront of our committee. And although the district is in financial distress, we're still working. We're still getting things done. And one thing we charged each school lead to do in the beginning of the year was to create a bullet list of the items that they felt necessary that they wanted us to address. So we had tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3, and we tried to attack the low-hanging fruit that our facilities department could handle and our lead custodians could do so that we can have our schools up to par with what we have using our district finances. We did discuss district-wide school safety plan. So that was something that we discussed. We also discussed because we've had some heat waves that's hit us sooner than we were used to. And so we had a heat wave preparedness classroom cooling conversation. And we just encourage each building lead to have a plan in place. Let's have these discussions earlier on so that when the weather hits us, we are prepared and we're preparing our classrooms and our teachers and our students so that we are in real time going to navigate these heat waves and how our buildings, because our buildings are aging and we all know that. And so we have to do the best with what we have. And so if we have this mindset of being prepared and not reactionary, that'll lead us in a really good path. We talked about emergency preparedness, building access and floor plans with the closing of buildings. We felt it necessary that we had an updated floor plan of each building because with those buildings closing, we have reimagined some of the classrooms in our buildings that are still open. So we wanted to have something current. So we are working on that. We want to maintain a visitor check-in system. And the next item that we talked about was facilities punch list. So each building had things going on. Again, we have aging infrastructure, aging buildings. And so unfortunately, we are putting a lot of Band-Aids on things. But we've had boilers replaced. We've had parking lots with new asphalt pavement, as you've seen. Rebecca Turner, auditorium lighting, Grimes, the high school, lead tests, pest control issues, which is citywide. So it's not just a school district, it's a citywide thing that we are going to try to work with the city to see where we can move in a better direction. And parent communication platform we discussed, and food service, kitchen sanitation, and pest management again. And just giving you some bullets because our meetings are an hour long, but we jam pack it with a lot of information because we want to try to get the business done. And again, we'll be meeting in the summer, and we plan on working with the city and our city agency partners to make sure that our schools are ready for our new school year coming up. So I just want to thank the whole entire committee, and thank you, Dr. Strickland, for joining our meetings, and Trustee Randy Scott, who has helped with that as well, because it is a heavy lift. But when you have a lot of people in the room, it helps get the work done. So just thank everyone. And I thank you, our teachers and administrators in the buildings who walk with us graciously and pointed out things, and we tried to work with you. And so I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Scott?
Thank you very much, President Maribel, and good evening, everybody. I think I have the most attractive committee, and that's technology, because that's something that everybody in this room, as well as on the internet, sees as very important from the time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. But let me tell you about the technology committee. Dr. Jackman has come in, and he has put Jack Mandan, sorry. He has come in and he has done some great work in regards to moving the district's technology as quickly as possible. You know, our meeting focused on various operational updates regarding technology and device management within the school district, things that have been on everyone's mind, as well as in emails and so on, in regards to the equipment that our students and the district has used. There were 4 key topics that we discussed during our meeting. It was around device collection, you know, making sure that we know who has it, where it is, collecting it, checking it, and then making sure we have a process to redistribute. Looking at internet access, because we know that there's some connectivity issues that may be across different schools, making sure that we highlight any areas needing upgrades. Looking at policy development, making sure that we have policies in place of how we will be accountable for these devices, and making sure that the ones that are damaged are brought back and given new ones, as well as those that are lost. But most importantly, the 4th topic that we discussed was around community engagement, making sure that we engage with the community around these devices, possibly even having students come in and assist us with the distribution and other things that are happening, because they're the ones that know these devices very well because they use them, and they can help in terms of advising us on how we can move our technology. So those were the 4 key topics that we discussed, and we're looking forward to making sure that we maintain energy with respect to how we do technology, so that we don't have the current issues that we have seen across the district. Lastly, Let me make sure that I'm sharing all the great news that we talked about. And basically, I think that was it in regards to all the things that we talked about. So, if there are any comments or information that you definitely want to share, you know how to communicate with us via the district so that we can have it. My meeting is usually held on the third Wednesday of the month. So, as I have this information, I can definitely share it with Dr. Strickland, Dr. Jack Manning, Trustee Brown, and others that attend the meeting. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Trustee Scott. Do we have any more comments from the board? Vice President Mitchell?
So I'm just going to speak from what I've seen. I've been 6 years as a elected trustee, one in between I was not. I was just showing up every week for every meeting like I was crazy. But I was sharing what was going on. But what I want to talk about really quick is in this last year, let's look at July 2025. And since then, the level of tireless work and effort from our new superintendent and his cabinet, as well as all our workers in this district, is just unmatchable. And when I say our workers, I don't just mean our teachers, and I don't just mean our principals. I'm talking about our food service, our custodial, our security, our safety team, who are making our buildings safe so that we can all come in and do the jobs that we do for our children. But like I said, it was a statement mentioned earlier. A comment was made about being heard. I've always said, make sure that you're heard. And I'm going to be very honest. What you saw in our last election was a bunch of not hearing from folks for our school district, in all honesty. I'm very thankful that the budget passed. It passed an extremely tight margin, which shows a serious divide on a topic that really shouldn't be a divide. And the proof, as our beloved board president mentioned to me at one point, she said, I can show you better than I can tell you. Well, now you can come be shown. It's here. You can be shown. It can be shown to you. You can finally come see everything that's being said to you, is being taught, is being shown. We can see it now, not just be told. So if I sat on this board for 6 years and only in the last year can I have this type of conversation, that should say something. It means that we were being told things. We had people sitting in some of these seats making lots of money. And you heard me say plenty of things over the past 6 years. And a lot of it was, what are you talking about? That's not what you told us last time. So just make sure that we should all be aware that this is not the same school district that we saw even a year ago. The receipts, like I've said, I'm on my social media page, and the only thing I try not to do is curse. But the receipts are here. And the truth is, what we watched over the past 10 years is folks sitting in those seats that may not have known what they were doing. Maybe they were getting paid salaries they were incompetent, not able to do. Maybe we saw folks having whole positions created for them because they were being purchased, their loyalty. If you thought that was what's going on, maybe that's a good chance that was going on. Well, that's not what's happening here. As you can see, we had certain members that sat on this cabinet. They are not here anymore, and they just came in this year. That was because we're not here to make friends. We're here to educate the children. And you finally have a district, a superintendent, and a cabinet that is competent from what I have seen, because they've shown me. They're here for the agenda, and the agenda is the children. You should hold every person that sits in one of these seats accountable. Have them. Why are you not showing up? Where were you? What did you say last time? Because it's not matching what you said this time. If they ran for a purpose and an agenda, it better not have just been a slogan. You should be holding them all accountable, as we held him and hold him accountable, our Dr. Strickland, and as he holds his cabinet accountable. it should be that way for always. But make sure that you're heard. You'll see me again next year. That's a spoiler. I'll be back on the day. I'll be back up on them signs next year because, my work is not done, whether I got kids in this district or not. Hold me accountable as we hold him accountable, as you should hold everyone that holds the title of school board trustee accountable, and talk to your peoples. Because 6,500 students in the district and only 2,100 people showing up to vote is an absolute ridiculous thing to see. When we have neighboring districts that just had the same type of revote for their budget with 3,000 students and 2,940 people came out and voted. That is a tragedy. And it says that people do not care that their voices are not heard. So throw your hands up in the air and listen to what somebody tells you when you could be shown and you're making the decision not to show up. That's what it's doing to the babies. So I want to just say thank you to everybody that has allowed me to sit on this board for all these years and listen to me rant and tell you everything I've said and start trouble and cause trouble and talk to people and sound like I'm up here starting fights. But it's for the babies and for our teachers and the people who matter most. So thank you very much for my time and for giving me the ability to serve.
Thank you. So we will move on to our resolutions that were submitted after the work session. May I have are there any questions for items 12.1 through 12.17? I will give you a moment just to review to make sure. 12.1 through 12.17. Hearing none, we will call for the vote. I'd like to have a motion. It has been moved, properly seconded, that we authorize resolutions 12.1 through 12.17. May I call for the vote?
All in favor? Any opposed? Abstain?
I abstain on 12.9. Everything else is yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Dr. Strickland would like to comment on some of these resolutions.
Yes. So thank you, trustees, for again trusting my leadership, and I got very excited talking to the PTA council about the principals coming on board. But I do see Miss Naughton in the audience. I do see Miss Cipriano in the audience. Yes, actually come forward when I call your name. It's a directive, sorry. Miss Naughton, Miss Cipriano, Mr. Englehart, I believe he's right in front. Mr. Dunlap, come right to the front. Mr. Peters, right to the front, and the future Miss Dr. Brown. Please, yes. So apologies. Another directive. You have to come on stage and shake the trustees' hands. Thank you so much. That's what the board president asked for.
Congratulations to each and every one of you. It's like a cohort. So we Okay, we will move on to items 12.18 through 12.23. Are there any questions? Hearing none, may I have a motion for I'm sorry, did I miss someone? Okay. May I have a motion to authorize items 12.18 through 12.23?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we authorize 12.18 through 12.23. May I have a vote?
All in favor? Any opposed? Abstain?
Motion carries.
Motion carries.
We will move on to 12.24 to 12.30. Are there any questions? Hearing none, may I have a motion for 12.24 through 12.30? I have a first and a second to authorize 12.24 to 12.30. Call for the vote.
All in favor? Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries.
Items 12.31 through 12.36. Are there any questions? Hearing none, may I have a motion to accept 12.31 through 12.36?
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded to accept 12.31 through 12.36. May I call for the vote?
All in favor? Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries.
Moving on to items 12.37 through 12.41. Are there any questions? Hearing none, may I have a motion to authorize 12.37 to 12.41? First, and it's been moved and properly seconded that we authorize 12.37 through 12.41. May I call for the vote?
All in favor? Any opposed? Abstain? Motion carries.
Dr. Strickland would like to comment.
Yes, I just want to publicly thank the negotiations team for the lunch monitors. We got another contract ratified across the table this year, so thank you.
Okay. Thank you. We like to thank the individuals for their service. We appreciate you. At this time, do we have any other business? Do we need to enter exec session?
Can I have a motion, please, to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing personnel matters?
Motion.
It's been moved and properly seconded that we will enter into.
All in favor?
Can I have the vote?
Any opposed? Abstain. Motion
You
carries.
sound like they in a hurry. Okay. Are there any, at this point, I just want to let you know that we will not be returning back to this room tonight. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you that participated tonight. Congratulations again to all of the tenure individuals that received tenure tonight. And I would like to also have a special thank you to Dr. Pierce for opening up her house tonight for us to host our meeting. Thank you so very much. We appreciate you.